Hey guys, welcome to the Captain Fizz and Mask Guy show. We are joined here by DC Douglas. I thank you for coming on our show and taking your time.
I'm happy to be here, but I want to ask something. You're looking there.
I don't know why I'm looking.
Is the camera there or the camera there? Are we talking here?
There.
So that was weird. That was like a side glance to your audience.
I am
That's like
so
that's
tired.
A little psycho.
I made sure it registers sound and excuse so
That's his excuse.
It's been a
We're
long,
glad
long
that you guys, that Mask Guy here. We'll actually talk a little bit more than the last time where you got stepped on all over by Captain Fizz, so you can ask all the questions.
Can I reveal to your audience that he has, that's your baby, right?
Yeah, my boy.
He has the cutest kid with the orangest, not orange, I'm sorry, red hair, but it's almost like, it's like carrot cake. It's just adorable. He looks like a little cartoon character.
He has actually been referred to, at least by one person, as the famous red-haired boy here at FanQuest. So
he is our mascot.
And
And the hair is like cotton candy. It's like
it's
Mr. Heatmeister at a really young age.
He's got so many cowlicks that his hair goes in about 17 different directions, and no matter how hard we try, we cannot tame it for more than 5 minutes at a time.
No.
So it's like, okay, are we gonna have to give this kid a buzz cut when he goes to school? You know, because
It's a problem that runs on me, which is why he has a mask. I feel about cowlicks, that's all.
well, I do have cowlicks, yes.
So obviously you are best known for Albert Wesker in the Resident Evil games and all that.
It's not obvious to people who don't know Resident Evil.
If you don't know the Resident Evil games,
Then I'm nobody. I'm that annoying guy behind you who drives too close, that's all.
You would fit in Winnipeg way too well. So what has it been like to be voicing such an iconic character?
What's it been like?
Yes.
It's been lovely. It's been, you know what I just realized in the last Q&A I just did, that apparently, because the first time I did Albert Wesker was for Umbrella Chronicles, it was recorded in the year 2007, which means I have officially been doing the voice of Albert Wesker for a decade, for 10 years. It's like I need to do another video where I celebrate it. But I need to I really need to mark that occasion or do a blog post or something. So, but it's been great because it brought me a lot of fans, and nobody knew who the heck I was before. And then it just because of Resident Evil, more people wanted to know about me. And then Mass Effect helped that a lot as well, while doing Legion and that. And between the two of those, I started doing conventions, and and it was Mass Effect led to me doing a cartoon Transformers Rescue Bots because Ginny McSwain was the voice director on Mass Effect, and that brought me more like family fans. So, which makes it difficult because I am not safe for work. But it's been awesome. And of course, then the convention stuff has been growing alongside. I'm able to do a lot of these conventions, and that's been great. So you get to meet fans, which I'm living a life that I didn't think I'd ever live because my on-camera career doesn't really justify me going to conventions.
Definitely the unsung hero. I've always been playing the Resident Evil games. I actually own 5 and 6. 5 has been my favorite just because of the Albert Wesker.
Yeah.
The voice is perfect.
Oh, thank you.
It fits in with the game in so many different ways. And most games you kind of have an issue where the storyline just doesn't kind of work with it.
I was going to say, there's some people who disagree with you on that one. I know there's a...
We're out to do.
But that's the video game fans. It's so huge, and everybody's got an opinion about it.
So what has been your greatest part about being the voice actor for such art?
The greatest thing?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I've never had a recurring character like that. I've done, even though I've only been in one major Resident Evil game, if you think about it, Resident Evil 5. I was in Chronicles, and then many more since then. I counted 7, the last being Umbrella Corps, which I know is not necessarily everyone's favorite. But I am in that game. You don't see me. I mean, I think you can unlock me to use me as a playable character, but in the story, you hear me. And then I heard that apparently the game is canon. So technically, that would mean I am alive. Oh, Albert Wesker, don't worry, I don't have a psychosis. But Albert Wesker is alive. So one would hope that eventually he'll come back around to either as one of the side games, where we learn a little more about him, or at least in the past. I mean, how does he survive 2 missiles to the head? I have no idea. But
They find ways to make anything possible.
and by the way, spoiler alert.
We spoil everything.
yeah. So how did you get into voice acting?
I cleared my throat. No, sorry, that was really bad. This is at the end of the day of talking all day. I've run out of good jokes. I got into voice acting, well, basically ever since I was like 13, once puberty hit. You'll love it, kid. There's a kid over there. I don't know. Maybe puberty never hits Darth Vader. That's why he did all those bad things. He was jealous. Where was I? Oh yes, how did I get there? I was like 13 years old, answering the phone, and like salesman would start selling me, thinking I was the man of the house kind of thing. And then I was telling the story earlier. I remember when I realized that something good was happening with my voice was when my mom's best friend, female best friend, called the house. Hadn't like talked to my mom in a long time, and I answered the phone, and she's like, "Who's this?" And I go, "It's DC." And she's like, "Young DC?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Well, you sound different." Like, I think something good is happening here. So, but then more to your point, came to Los Angeles, and I studied a little voiceover because somebody said I should, and it helped with my on-camera acting stuff, studying and whatnot. And then I had a non-union agent at the time. I was trying to get like commercials and things, and she started sending me like voiceover auditions, and I started doing those. And then from there, it's like whoever works for you, they went, "Oh, he was in studio and he did this thing. Let's have him in studio to do this trailer." And then you do that trailer for that person who goes, "That was great. Do my other trailer. I'm over at this studio." And you go to that studio and they go, "You know, there's a loop group we want you to join." And then I joined a loop group, and then from that, you know what I mean? It just expands and grows. And then it really kick-started with in 2001. I think that's when I got a good voiceover agent. And then from there, I landed like a CBS promo gig for a summer. I landed the Geico campaign for 2 years that helped me buy a house. That was great. Concurrently, I also, through those other like non-union things I did earlier on, met people that did these anime RPGs that would come through, and then they got an Umbrella Chronicles. They got Umbrella Chronicles. They needed to replace the voice. Peter Jessup wasn't available, and then that's when I auditioned for that. So it's through all those other random things 10 years earlier or more led to me getting that role. So it's really, when they say it's about who you know, it is, but not who you think you know. It's just literally those random connections. So that's why you should be nice to everybody.
It's funny how that works. So other than Albert Wesker, what would people best know you as the voice actor for?
In the voiceover world, I would be next would probably be Legion, and then for other people, Chase and Transformers Rescue Bots, and then from there you get into more niche stuff. There's like Azrael and Blaze Blue. Recently I'm getting new fans for Persona 5 for doing Kamoshida. A really creepy, lovely character. And Pod 042 in Nier, which is funny because they come to my table and they go, "You were in Nier Automata and you do Pod 042 and just love that. And I go, and I got a picture made up for both it and the first Nier, and they see that I did Grimoire Noir, and they're like, "You were Grimoire Noir?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, how come you guys didn't care back then? But now there's like more fans to this stuff, and so that's kind of cool. And it's kind of cool that I've been in both Niers. So, and a lot of people tell me that that's like a really super niche thing, the Nier stuff. But to me, it's like the reaction I got online, it didn't feel like that at all. To me, Rune Factory is more niche than the Nier stuff.
I will be honest, I'm not very up on a lot of that stuff. I know you more for Resident Evil.
All right.
More as a gamer than
This is the con that we're at is more of a Comic-Con, like for like all stuff, but like video games. It's not an anime con where they wouldn't care about Albert Wesker. We'd be talking about Nier all day.
So how many conventions have you actually been going to? When did it start?
Well, 2009, an OhioCon had me come out. That was my first one. I got to do it with Troy Baker before Troy Baker became Troy Baker. So he kind of showed me the ropes, which was nice. And I didn't even know how to, like, I was awkward. People, I'm like, "Why do you want a picture with me? I don't get this." And this one of the first fans I ever had was at this convention. Really cool woman. And her dad was there, and she wanted to take a picture with me. And I thought, well, I guess I should be like the character Albert Wesker and be mean in the picture. So we stand up, we're holding a picture, a sign, and this is the look I have. I'm like, because I'm thinking, that's what Wesker would look like. And then, of course, that picture's everywhere online on Google when you like look up my name, and I look like this dick. I look like this guy. I hate my fans. So I've learned since then to smile. So now I have the right smile. So, but that was 2009. I didn't do anything for a couple of years, and then I started booking more. I did like 8 in 1 year, and then the following year it exploded. And I ended up going to the UK and Ireland. That year I did, I think, 15 cons in the year, and that was too many. That was like, it was crazy. So on average, I do about no more than 10 cons, so at least as it's going now. And I'm surprised it keeps going. I didn't sign up for mileage programs on airplanes because I thought this was only going to be a year or two. And then all of a sudden it keeps going, and I'm like, so now I have my mileage accounts with all the airlines. But I'm surprised. I'm so like, oh, I missed out on so many miles.
For all the conventions that you actually have been at, what has been your greatest favorite moment?
Oh gosh, I can't. I can't. There's so many different kinds of things. You meet certain fans, you hear certain amazing stories about people. Some people that were touched by it when they were in a really dark period in their life, and that's kind of those stories are really like touching. These are some fans that are begging me to come over with them, and I can't. Sorry guys, I can't. It's a lie. But I had a girl in Ireland faint on me, and that was like a little alarming. But it was also like that's how I don't know how that you can be so happy to meet a stranger that happened. So, but then there's things like I do my erotic, my notorious zombie-related erotic fanfic show, and that is like my getting to do a one-man show, except I bring audience members up. But it's like evolved from a half-hour panel into what is now a 90-minute plus show that I do, and I just performed it Friday night at another con. I had 100 people there in that audience, and that is so exciting and invigorating that they stay through the whole thing and they apply. So it's like I'm getting that like performer jonesing thing taken care of from that, and so I'm grateful for conventions for those things, for meeting fans, for meeting people that were touched during dark times. I think that's wonderful. And then also being able to perform and do something new for fans that they really get a lot out of. So that's kind of cool.
How's your experience been so far here at FanQuest?
This one's horrible.
I was kind of expecting you to say something like that.
No. This is a lovely con. It's actually, well, here's the thing too, and I don't know if this is the con or Canada, but you guys are nice. Everybody has been so nice here, and very, very accommodating, and we're very accommodating, and but it's a very intimate con too, so that's been kind of neat. Just kind of casual. Like one panel kind of merges into the next panel, kind of Q&A stuff and all. But it's been great. Yeah.
We are definitely glad you were up here.
Yeah, me too.
Especially for obviously the first year at FanQuest. It's the perfect guest.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm gonna be a fanboy. Shut up.
You want me to sign your pack?
Wow. So
You probably would too.
I'm not good. What has been your inspiration to be the voice actor? Is there anything else that you've actually more wanted to go into other than being a voice actor?
I love accounting. No, not at all. I'm an actor, so an actor does whatever, and for me, it's film and TV is my love. And I do some of that every year, not as much as I'd like to. So obviously to pay the bills, I do voiceover. So I'm grateful for voiceover for being able to do that. And I love doing theater, but theater is hard in LA because it doesn't pay, and it's very hard to get an audience. So that's like that lover you like. The relationship just doesn't work out, but every now and then you kind of pine for them. So which is why my fanfic show is the way I kind of take care of that. But there's never been. Like, the only thing I've thought is, like, if I had to leave acting, it would be something attached to this world. I love editing. I have edited my own film shorts, and I also have edited some recent anti-Trump videos. Check it out. DC Douglas tweaked nipple. DC Douglas tweaked nipple. You Google that, you'll find the page, all my videos, and my anti-Trump stuff. Yeah. And then also I CGI stuff. Like if I could go into something else, it would be to learn how to create these other worlds. I just think those artists I think it's amazing. A little aggravating that you can spend 3 weeks working on a 3-second thing, but the fact that you're part of creating this whole other reality, I find so fascinating.
That's unique. I guess I had a question there. You've pretty much covered so many different wide.
Oh, nice. Do
wide-
you get
wide
questions from online at all, or no?
Occasionally,